Money Hunt is made possible by Fast Company magazine. Fast Company, Handbook of the Business Revolution. And by Yahoo. Do you Yahoo? Yahoo. Money Hunt is also brought to you by MasterCard's Business Card, a small business resource for controlling costs. The word of the day is revolver. Stay tuned for the answer to the word of the day from MasterCard.
Welcome to Money Hunt. I'm Miles Spencer. Who hasn't dreamed of owning their own business? Everyone on the planet is either doing it or thinking about it. But they need capital to grow and even just to get off the ground. If you're an entrepreneur, you'll learn how difficult it is to raise money, especially from professional investors. But what if you had the opportunity to hear the tough questions in advance, to watch other entrepreneurs sweat? What if you could learn from their mistakes? You'd master the game in no time. Cliff Ennico and I have been working hand in hand with America's up-and-coming companies for 10 years. Now, this isn't a show about big companies everyone knows about. This is about America's best entrepreneurs with exciting new businesses, looking for money to grow. We call it Money Hunt.
What you're about to see is pretty close to what happens when an entrepreneur goes out looking for money. We've read each business plan in advance, and now each of our entrepreneurial guests has only a precious few minutes to describe the plan in his or her words, while the Money Hunt panel interrupts, pokes holes in the plan, zooms in on problems, and otherwise challenges the guest's presentation at every turn. At the end of the show, we will give our brutally honest evaluation of each entrepreneur's pitch, and we'll try to decide if these folks are ready to go out and raise money in the real world. Which brings up a very important point. This is TV land. No money is actually being raised on this program. Nobody's offering company securities on the air. That can only be done with a legal prospectus registered with the SEC and other government agencies.
Sound tough? Well, to turn up the heat some more, Cliff and I bring in an expert with industry experience called the Money Hunt Mentor, like on our website. This show, it's Betsy Atkins from Coral Gables, Florida. Betsy has successfully founded 4 companies, one of which was the fastest growing company in the computer industry in 1996. She now invests in early stage companies. Welcome to Money Hunt, Betsy.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay, let's meet our first money hunter. His name is Michael Palucci, president of Interactive Imaginations, Inc.
Welcome to Money Hunt. Mike, come on in.
How you doing, Miles?
Manhattan-based Interactive Imaginations is an internet media company that's created the Commonwealth Network and Riddler.com, both of which he'll explain to us. Michael, welcome to the Money Hunt.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell us a little bit to start off with about Interactive Imagination's first product, which is Riddler.com, and then we'll introduce Commonwealth Network.
Great. My partner and I, who was also my roommate at the time, thought that the internet was actually pretty boring, kind of a haven for nerds, and decided that there probably is a better way to entertain people with this interactive medium. And we, in fact, looked at the television ratings, saw that game shows were the #1 ranked show that people watched, and figured it'd be a pretty simple thing to convert over to the internet. So with that, we had to figure out how to get somebody to pay for it, and that was all about convincing advertisers. And the best way we figured was to get consumers to register, to give us some information about who they were, and then to use that information and a core technology we've developed to target ads to those consumers on the fly.
Before we move on to your network, I've got a question from the website, actually, and it addresses Riddler. Someone who uses the internet on a regular basis, I've seen Riddler, and it seems to be a little more than a time waster. My employees use the site. I can't stand the fact that they're on your page playing games when they should be working. Where are you going with this?
I love it. Yeah. In fact, I think we're banned in Ameritech. They don't let anybody play the games. People play it at home. They play it at work. In fact, we're the #1 ranked site on the internet for length of time. These people may not love it. Our advertisers definitely love it.
Now, you've transitioned into a new model. You may want to, actually, you've brought some tape, and you may be able to explain what you're doing going forward while we roll the tape.
Great.
Let me just explain what we're seeing.
This is a couple of guys, looks like they're having lunch, brainstorming session. This is the Wall Street Journal article that talked about us being the #1 ranked site on the internet as ranked by PC Meter. Here's the Riddler website. You can see it's very animated. And this is one of the games you're going to see is the multiplayer crossword game, and then that's the ad you would have to see on your way into the game. The game itself is 3 people competing in real time. It's one of the few multiplayer environments. There you see an AT&T ad. That's a Boston College targeted ad. So only people from Boston College would see that advertisement, whereas students from Rice University would have seen an ad more tailored to them. That gives AT&T a great power to be able to speak on that one-to-one
Important point. This is a restricted access site. In order to get access to the site for the first time, I've got to tell you all kinds of things about myself, which is then used for demographic and marketing purposes.
But it's free, as opposed to having them pay for it.
Michael, let me ask you a question. How does the commerce model work here? How does your company make money doing this?
We sell those advertising spots for 25 cents. Okay, every time one of those shows up, it costs a quarter. That actually is a lot cheaper than direct mail, which a company that would send in a similar kind of advertisement into the home may cost anywhere from 60 cents to $1 with postage and printing costs. So we're allowing them to do the exact same thing with the exact same kind of targetability, but to do it a lot more cheaply and cost effectively.
Now you're using what you developed with Riddler to launch your Commonwealth Network. Why don't you tell us what's different about that and how a Commonwealth Network works in 20 seconds or less?
One of the problems we faced with Riddler was it didn't have the kind of scale that a direct mailer would love. So we had to figure out how to get more people into this thing. So we reached out to all the other small websites on the internet and said, you're too small to get advertising on your own, but let us represent the advertising. We'll bundle that and sell that to the direct marketer. So now we get consumers to register on all of these websites, and we serve up from our central server all of the ads that an AT&T now can target not only on Riddler, but also on Segasoft's websites, who's in this network, as well as we have over 6,000 small and emerging websites who look at us very much like an author would look at a Random House in the real world.
So basically you're looking to tie together the website owner, the person who's looking to find that website owner but perhaps can't find them through traditional sources, and people that want to advertise to that customer. And how do you make money?
We sell the advertising, and then we pass through a % of that advertising as a royalty payment to the website. But because we're able to sell those ads for the highest CPM on the internet, in fact, because it's all targeted, because you're getting a full page ad as opposed to a banner, which is kind of a standard, we take a big chunk of the revenue, and everybody's happy.
So you're using the VIG between the difference in what the content...
VIG, is that a gambling term?
Exactly, literally, you know, a content creation house wouldn't have the access to the advertisers normally, so they're probably be paid a percentage of what you could actually garner for the advertisers, and you're picking up the difference.
Exactly. And these guys are happy because they're able to do content. Remember, these are mostly creative types. Most of the internet is filled with people who've done web pages as a hobby. They're not business types. We become the business partner for them.
You've got the registrants on that side, but advertising dollars on the internet, haven't seen them yet. So while the pipe's been built, I don't see anything flowing through it.
I wouldn't believe a lot of what you hear about kind of advertising revenue and things reported by Forrester. I was actually talking to Walter Forbes at CUC the other day, who told me he's moving $90 million worth of product a month from his website. That's more than the internet commerce model is supposed to be delivering in aggregate right now. So it's pretty clear, I think, that there is money there. I don't think everybody's kind of talking about it, but it's coming to life.
Michael, question for you. In reading your business plan, you talk about that you have licensed some of your technology to Segasoft. Doesn't that make them a future competitor to you?
Except that we have the advertising rights to all of their websites, so they're a part of our network, and that means then that we control all the ads that are shown.